He flew me out and then left me at the airport after he saw me.
Gotcha, bitch!
When I say dating in America, what's the first thing you think of?
I think of women wanting man to pay their rent.
Luxury. It's cringe. Americans just make me cringe, I can't lie. I think it's the accent.
Go f you. Go away. Go find your women wherever you want if you're not satisfied. I don't know what to tell you. If you want a woman who barely even speaks English and just has to suck your dick, go for it.
Yeah, what's up, babe?
Did you know that they're paying women less for doing the same job?
No, actually, the pay gap is actually a myth.
I can't believe I'm dating a misogynist.
No, because it doesn't really take account of all jobs. I mean, there's a lot of jobs that most women do not want to do.
Like what? You seen Wonder Woman?
Plumbing, electrician.
Nah, I ain't doing that.
STEM, science, technology, engineering.
I
math.
don't give
No, I'm not trying to come on.
It's giving small dick. You just don't care about women's rights. I'm oppressed. Don't protect us anymore. Mercury must be in haterade. Cause you hating on us. I'm sorry, did I hear a trash bag talk? Cause is trash. Garbaggio, basura, como es trash. It's the patriarchy. You must be a Gemini. It's giving Sagittarius. Let me check my crystals.
That we're eating like a pack of sardines and we cannot escape, we cannot come out. Mama, we're trapping at this bomber.
32 passport bros have been found dead in Colombia between January 2023 and October 2023. And that's just in the city of Medellin alone. The number of thefts committed against these foreigners has also increased 200% in the third trimester of 2023. And you know, I don't have a problem with people trying to find love. I do, however, have a problem with men traveling to poorer countries to take advantage of their women.
I love how the 4B movement so brutally shatters this certain type of man's fantasy that he could just get his passport and move to some country in the East where women haven't been polluted by like Western ideas. Because if Korean women don't want to have sex with Korean men, the men who famously used skincare and invented K-pop, what chance do you have, Kyle? And now they're trying to talk to us like corrupted Western women and telling us not to get any ideas. And it's like, bro, what do you care what ideas we have? I thought you were leaving.
Fun fact, guys, you cannot have premarital sex in Indonesia. This applies to tourists. And if you guys are like, I would never, ever go to Indonesia, sorry to break it to you, Bali is in Indonesia. But the craziest thing is you can't report someone unless you're related to them.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You see the whole thing on TikTok now going around?
What's that?
It's this whole movement this guy started, and he's basically like, you can't date the women in America. You got to be a passport, bro. You got to get a passport. You got to go to fucking Colombia. You got to go to Japan. You got to go to Brazil. Somewhere where women understand the value of a man and still want that family nucleus and still want to be a traditional style woman.
And that's exactly the relationship I'm in.
That's such a weird thing to say to someone. Be softer, be more feminine. How about lick on my nuts? How about suck and lick on my little nuts?
Passport girls. Are y'all tired of those American men that don't do nothing for you? Go get you one of these foreigners. The one that don't speak any English, the ones that just give you their money and do whatever you want them to do.
I just want to put it out there that people always say French people are so rude and they hate Americans. I've never had any issues with French people hating me because I'm American. But last night I went to a bar and I spoke French with this guy and he was like, no, sorry, I don't speak any French. And I was like, oh, okay, no problem. And we started speaking in English. I said, where are you from? And he was like, oh, I'm from the Netherlands. And I was like, that's so cool. He said, where are you from? I said, the US. And he got so rude with me. And then I was like, okay, whatever. And he goes, doesn't matter, we're all tourists here anyway. And I was like, no, obviously I live here. I speak the, like, I have a bone to pick.
Your username at your big age is volunteer OBGYN. I know. Us American women are really missing out on the real men.
For those who couldn't read the comment, she responded to on the screen. It says, this is why most men don't want American women.
A 25-year-old woman will not be impressed with you.
This guy got that extremely right, and I know from experience, if you're one of these older men that's trying to date young women because you want to impress them to soothe your own ego, I can promise you right now they are not impressed and you are not admired. When I was younger, like 18, 19, 20, I was casually dating. I saw some men that were older than me. No crazy age gaps, but like enough of an age gap where if we were seriously together, I think people would be like, I just remember having this lingering feeling of like little respect for them. I was just young and having fun, but what are you doing? One guy was like, let me come over to your apartment, let me meet your friends. That gave me the ick because I was like, I'm 19, I live in a shitty college apartment. You're 27. Why do you want to hang out with my friends? Do you want to go to a frat party with us? Don't you have better things to do? I was just making fun of him in the group chat with my friends the whole time. That's another thing. If you're an older guy going out of your way to date younger women, for the sake of just having a hot young thing, I can assure you, you're being made fun of in the group chat. Another guy wanting me to be impressed with his career and being like, I can help you get a job. I was thinking, you're 29. Of course you have a career. I was out at the bars one time and this older guy was trying to talk to me with his friend. Somehow goes out of his way to show his LinkedIn. He was a major executive at a car company, but you're not interesting enough to be having a continued conversation with unless you drop that you are a high up person in your job. Kind of lame. All these experiences took place when I was younger, like in college. When I turned 25, I felt even stronger that it was kind of lame. I know age gap relationships do work for some people, but they need to have a shared bond, goal, interest outside of the guy just dating the girl because she's young. There are plenty of men out there that are trying to date the next hot young thing, boost their ego, and down, she doesn't respect you. There's always the lingering question of why are you not dating someone your own age?
And this is why the passport bro phenomena exists and is going viral currently. Because in America, there are below average and mids like her who act like they're runway models and think they deserve better than accomplished guys. They literally look down on high-value men just because they were flown out and used by richer men. The disrespect is real. Traditional women from developing countries treat 9-to-5 guys better than most modern women when they're with successful guys. Who wants to be with someone who constantly looks down on you no matter how accomplished you get? Just because they get used by celebrities doesn't mean they're at the same level as those celebrities. The delusion is real.
This one's for the men who just say they've given up on Western women and are gonna go abroad for a woman. I understand some of your frustrations, but if you're gonna be a passport bro, there are certain downsides. First of all, you have no idea if this woman is using you for a visa or your money. You're not gonna be able to have fun banter with her. She might be more feminine, but she might not feel like your best friend. She might feel more like a maid service. Number two, you're definitely going to run into some cultural differences. Is she going to be willing to give up her family, her friends, her career just to come to the States for you? You guys are also going to run into the issue of where to live. Or are you willing to move there? Passport broing is a cop-out for something that can be easily solved.
Ironically, she described exactly what females in the West do all the time. Yes, women in traditional countries can use men. That's why you still have to vet them. The difference is, those are the exception, not the standard like you see in the States or the UK. For every one guy that gets played by a foreign woman, 10 get married to one and live happily ever after. Someone points out, so what is the difference? Not knowing if she is using you sounds the same to me. The difference is that if you're red-pilled, you're less likely to be used. You have to test a traditional woman as well to see if she's there for the right reasons. How you know the difference is that a foreign traditional woman will give you relationship benefits right away when you're dating. They want to make you happy because it makes them happy that you're with them. That's if you have your shit together. Foreign women will put in a bid and make your life better from day one. I'm married to Western women. It's a living hell. Exactly, and it's even worse when you live in the feminist West. Another comment. All issues that still exist with women in the States. You are proving the point for passport bros. The whole video was nothing but gaslighting. Why would they care since they rejected us on day one? Because they're worried their backup plan is about to be no plan when the men realize that they've been conned by American women. I've dated women from other countries. They always treated me better. At the very least, you'll be treated better in a foreign country. Here in the States, you can't even get a microwave-heated meal from these women, yet alone a real cooked meal. Sounds like a conflict of interest. Advice ignored. Wow, the whole comment sections are mostly males not buying her BS and proving her wrong. Like this comment, been married to my Filipina cutie for over 30 years. Like I said, videos like these are damage control, but it's too late for these witches.
Yo, look at how beautiful she is, Linda. Ela fala inglês também?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Pouquinho. Em português, pouquinho. Como é? Isso, Michel Thomas.
Tudo
que
bem?
Isso?
Não, Michael.
Michael.
Michael Thomas.
Michael, em português, Michel.
Sim.
Em inglês, Michael Thomas.
Que isso?
Do you speak English, Michael Thomas?
Não,
Ou português?
ela fala português.
Português?
Sim.
Então não é Michael.
Estados Unidos.
Estados Unidos?
Sim.
Ele mora nos Estados Unidos?
Sim. Los Angeles.
You live in Los Angeles?
Sim.
See, a regular guy can get attractive women abroad, and you can even have a better conversation with them than with American women, despite foreign women barely knowing any English. What else can I say that hasn't been said before? This is what you have in your back pocket as leverage to demand the soft guy era from modern women. So if they don't want to be lonely, they better wine and dine you. Drizzle drizzle.
Here's the thing though, short kings are really nice. They're really sweet. I've had a lot of short king besties that were like the nicest people I've ever met. Like literally would get out and pump my gas before I even stopped like the car. And I'm like, oh, you're so sweet.
But would you date a guy who's 5'7"?
Yeah, I would. As long as I'm not making eye contact with you, like eye to eye,
Okay.
I think you're fine. But if you're like 5'1" and I'm literally looking at you and like I can throw you on the bed, that's a no-go.
What if the guy is 5'1", but he makes 300 grand a year and he's jacked, he's muscular?
No, that's even worse because then he's gonna look like a little like Roblox dude.
Can I talk to the short guys? Listen, short guys in the audience, you are so lucky. If you're 5'6", you're 5'7", you know any woman that's into you really loves you, okay? They're not any of this physical bullshit. They care about you. It's genuine, okay? You're 4'11" though. How are you gonna hate on a 5'7" guy?
Okay, but think about it. 5'7" versus 6'3".
Why does that matter to you? You're 4'11".
It's fun, you know?
The reason why Asian countries are so popular with a lot of short guys is because the women are shorter and petite in those countries. 5'6" for a male is the average height in Asia, and it isn't a big barrier as it is in the States. Even if you're 5'10", a lot of these feminist thoughts wouldn't even consider a date with you. And as you saw in the video, it's even more annoying when super short American women demand super tall guys. How come a female can say this and it's normal, but when a man says the same thing about a woman, he's body shaming? Exactly. Imagine if it's the conversation about men not wanting women over 130 pounds or over 26 years old. Those females would be outraged and calling men names and shame them for having standards. They'll even infer that those males want underage girls or something.
So Victor Wembanyama had some comments on American women. He said, I can't date them. They're too masculine. Paris women are soft and tender. American women remind me of NBA YoungBoy. Absolutely hilarious. I don't really want to talk about this much because I'm not sure if this is a real quote or not, but overseas players oftentimes don't really like America like we think they would. Like obviously we know about Jokic and how whenever he won the championship last year, he didn't care. He just wanted to get back to his horses in Serbia. And y'all remember this guy, Nikola Mirotic? He was one of the best role players in the league. Then he gets punched in the face by Bobby Portis and is like, yeah, nah, like I'd rather just stay overseas. I like Barcelona better. And he was going to get a fat contract from the Bucks, but he just declined it and said, nah, I'd rather just go to my home country. We know players like Giannis and Thanasis spend most of their offseason in Greece, so it just goes to show we need to incorporate European players to the American system a little bit better. Or maybe something wrong with America, I don't know. But this is funny.
Just shows that even the top cream of the crop men are tired of American women as well. These females claim all the time that they want a high-value man and broke men don't deserve wifey treatment. Yet when they actually get the high-value men, they don't magically become a wife or a better person even. They revert to their feminist operating system. Also, these entitled 304s constantly claim that passport bros are broke and dusty, yet they have nothing to say when it's actual rich men saying the same things about them. These pro athletes can afford a trophy wife and their status does give them the best of American women, yet it says a lot when they don't want these feminists. As for French women, in my opinion, sure they may be more feminine than most women in the West, but France is still a super feminist country and it's still expensive to live in. The red pill is going mainstream. It's practically all over social media, But most importantly, males are finding out for themselves or verifying the red pill through their own experiences. It's facts, though. Step outside the states and you'll see. The passport bro option is the best way to get off of the plantation, my opinion.
I tell my single friends, I'm like, if you want a man, go anywhere outside of here, okay? We can start the passport sisters, because I'm telling you, we are adored in other places. Don't believe this BS that they try to sell us in America that we're less desirable.
Both of you are students in the Philippines. I wanted to know, like, do Filipino guys really come up to you guys? Like, do Filipino guys try to call you guys?
You mean approach, like want to date?
Yeah, asking you to date you.
Okay, for me, honestly, nope.
No?
No.
I walk her back, I set my alarm, get, showered, take my makeup off, all that stuff, and I was like, Nami in the morning. Like, I was just really excited to go to Nami. So I wake up, I get ready, I text them, ready when you are, ha 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 ha, smiley face, nothing. I got no text, no call, nothing. So, he's all apologetic the following week and everything, and the first thing he says to me is like, let me make it up to you, you should come over. I'm like, come over why? He's like, oh yeah, just come hang around Suwon. I can show you around Suwon, hang around my house. I'm like, he thinks I'm stupid.
What it's like dating in Japan as a Black woman. So let's get right into this video, shall we? I will say, I'm not here to play any games. I'm not here to play with your feelings or sell you a dream. But a lot of Japanese men, the ones who do want to date interracially, go for white women.
Despite all the simps, all the panders, all the toxic feminism, and all the equal rights, modern women are still not satisfied. By trying to copy off of the passport bros, what are you ladies actually escaping? In order for the passport sister movement to work effectively, you will have to be 100 times more feminine than those foreign women in those countries, which I highly doubt that can happen. Passport bros.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Foreigners are only lining up to marry females in the West for the green card. Otherwise, they see modern women as easy to get their practice strokes in, a free streetwalker. Matter of fact, in the poor countries, they see these post walls as a job opportunity to get their bills paid if they sleep with these leftover women.
How much money do you need to get started as a passport bro? Let me show you guys some. This is 200,000 dong. It's worth about $8.50, meaning you need to have $42 to be a millionaire in Vietnam. And this is 100,000 bill in Bali. You need about $67 to be a millionaire here. You don't need to make a lot of money. Look at this, $500 a month Airbnb, $600 a month Airbnb, and that's on Airbnb with those fees. You talk to locals, you get it cheaper. This is electricity, Wi-Fi, water, all of that's included. Short-term rentals are where it's at. Most people have leases and car payments where if they need to downsize or something goes wrong, they are locked in and it can make life a living hell. Where passport bros can live like this on the weekends and live in hostels on the weekdays if we really feel like it. Another misconception, most passport bros have regular jobs, okay? Regular 9 to 5, healthcare, 401k. We're not drop shipping or selling courses or anything like that. We just work from home. Now, some work from home jobs, unfortunately, don't let you work remote abroad, which is dumb because it's not illegal and the tax situation often doesn't change at all. But let's say you find yourself in one of these situations. You can hypothetically use a VPN to mask your IP address, and if you really want 100% guarantee you're not going to get caught, you can use this and set it up at a friend's house. One final thing, guys. I didn't know this is even possible until I was 27. It's never too late to start, but I wish I knew sooner. My goal is to reach as many people as I can. So like, comment, share, do all that. If you don't know what to do, comment and salute below me. My salute. That way everyone knows exactly.
Your dollar goes much further in these developing countries, so you can retire earlier or at least have a better work-life balance with less money. What's the point of living paycheck to paycheck and struggling to pay bills, and worry about the first of the month if you'll have enough money for the next month? And as you saw in the video, you can work a regular job, minimum wage, and get by handsomely in another country. And if you have a bunch of money saved up to buy a house in the States, you can buy something bigger overseas and still have money left over, with no mortgage to worry about. That's one of the many practical reasons to fully moving overseas. You can honestly live that vacation lifestyle without being a millionaire or hitting the jackpot by just moving overseas.
And I remember this man, he must have been in his 50s or 60s. He said so loudly and so confidently that he does not like women in America. This includes American women and also Nigerian women who live in America. He said so boldly and so confidently that he prefers to get on the plane and go back to Nigeria to be with the women in Nigeria as opposed to being with the ones in America. This includes American women, white American women, black American women, and even Nigerian American women. And his reason is because he said that American women are too wild for him and the ones back in Nigeria are more tame. Now, of course, this is way before I started my podcast, so I didn't really have a platform to share my opinions, and I also didn't want to interject him. A lot of times people of that age, you can't really tell them anything. You know, they're sort of like solidified in their mentality. So try to talk to this kind of person is basically like pouring water on rock. But the interesting thing about this man's mentality is the fact that this is a mentality that a lot of Nigerian men have. Actually, not even just Nigerian men. A lot of African men in general have this mentality. And having lived here in America for so many years, I have had encounters with so many Nigerian men and African men, you know, from other parts of Africa, who always say the exact same thing. They don't like the women in America. They think that there's something wrong with America, or America corrupts women and the women in America are not loyal enough to them. So they prefer to get on the plane and go back to their countries. You know, for the Nigerians that go back to Nigeria and marry a Nigerian woman and then bring the woman over to America. You know, of course, other African countries, they prefer to get on the plane and go back to their countries and marry women from their countries and bring them to America as their spouse. And the true reason behind this, even though a lot of men will probably not admit this, the true reason behind this is patriarchy. Yes, patriarchy is still order of the day everywhere in the world for the most part, even here in the West. But I believe that is way worse in Africa. In Nigeria, for example, a lot of Nigerian men have this arrogance, this arrogance that comes from a foul audacity. There's a sense of arrogance. It's completely egotistic to assert themselves and dominate everyone, especially women, and tell women what to do. You know, a lot of times, even living in Nigeria, I remember witnessing a lot of domestic abuses. You know, of course, in Nigeria, it would not be called domestic abuse because as long as it's the man who's the aggressor, it's okay. I remember growing up in Nigeria and seeing a lot of men who are very vile towards their wives, the way they talk to their wives, and sometimes they'll even put their hands on their wives, and this is because of patriarchy.
Just proves that feminism corrupts all women. That's why it's a bad idea to bring a traditional woman back to the feminist West. Firstly, you'd be attracting the worst foreign women, the ones who are looking for a green card. But secondly, the West isn't a conducive environment for a healthy relationship. She'll have the leverage if you bring her to the States with no family support system that keeps her on the straight and narrow.
It just broke a guy's heart. Like the nicest guy I've ever met. Like, he would have done anything for me. And I'm just searching for a feeling that might not exist. Like a type of love. It really sucks. Just so sad that he's... I'm sad. Yeah. That's where I'm at.
It's videos like these that red pills a lot of men. That a man can do everything for a modern woman and still not be enough for her. A lot of good guys are thrown away like garbage because these 304s want to do another HOE phase and were never qualified to be in a relationship in the first place. But the tears might be manipulation now, to make her look like a victim and to do damage control. But soon, when she hits the wall again and goes through menopause, it will be real tears. Because most of the good men will be ignoring her, or becoming a passport bro. And that's the MGTOW reality. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.